Are we live? It says we're live. I feel like my camera is off center. Not sure what's going on there other than maybe I didn't put the magnet in the center. I don't know if I can fix this, but I will try. Hi, Bud Files. Just trying to adjust my camera right now. Does that look better? I don't know. Well, I got a new phone yesterday. And I must say a huge thank you to my Patreons, or patrons, because that's what's helping me finance the new phone. I upgraded from a high altruistic, haven't seen you in a while, haven't been around in your lives either. I need to come visit you sometime soon. Hi, Kyle. What did I have? An iPhone XR, so the 10R. And I upgraded to the iPhone 14 Pro Max. So it was kind of underwhelming. Randy, the phone is exactly the same except for now I can do cinematic and I have more storage on it. But I also fixed my storage with I got a external hard drive and I keep dumping my videos there. But I just noticed that the horses unhooked this little twine here. And I also put the live as, I titled it Yard Talk because yesterday when I did my video, I froze my hands so badly because I had my mittens off trying to feed the horses their cookies. And that was not a good idea because it was minus 20 and then there was a wind chill. Randy, I said that I was going to put it off until I got monetized. I have those stickers waiting to give them away as prizes, but everybody talks about them. Who did I just miss there? Hi, RG Arizona and Scout. Randy, what would we do if we just had horse races? I couldn't afford to give out prizes every night. Or I guess I could do the who wins 3 first. But again, I feel like I'm all over with my conversation. I am sticking around the yard today. I'm not traveling far because it is, I think it's approximately minus 15 Celsius. But the wind chill is making it feel more like in the 20s. I'm good, Scout. Just for fun. Well, maybe I should. And I just told somebody that I quit my Monday nights. I think I've said that so many times. But I figured where these guys hang out at minus 7 today, but later in the day, later in the afternoon. And there's one day this week in the forecast where it's supposed to be above 0. And when it gets to above 0, I mean, that's summer weather for us. Hi, Heather. And the other thing I mentioned in my last live, I did get rid of, I had everyone as blue. And I went through everyone on the list and I left the people who do not put up content because I thought if you're a content creator, you have enough work to worry about. And so hopefully everybody's okay with that. I never asked anybody to leave them as a mod, but I know Heather's a good one for me. She catches the language. Hi, John. So, because I don't know, I wasn't thinking. There was one time where the language was questionable. I was like, did Heather not show up? But then I realized mods couldn't take care of mods, but then YouTube changed it so you could have a super mod. But anyway, I think I kept one creator, and that's Sheena. because Sheena's special. But always try not to get the horses going to the bathroom, but it seems like they do every time I come out here. But I brought some cookies. I think I'm gonna have to get a dehydrator because these cookies, I paid like $20 or maybe $15 for a bag of cookies. These cookies are those no-bake cookies pretty much. Let's see if I can get my hand in the picture. You gonna take it, Rain? Randy, you sure did, because it would be R-O-D-E. Well, I think the horses are adjusting to them. He didn't spit it out this time. They're still shaking their heads when they eat them. What was surprising yesterday, I'm referring to the video I put, Randy, the video that I put up yesterday was, for me, it was quite funny. Rain spit his cookie out and then Ty went and ate it. And he had no problem taking it. And they shake their head a little bit. What did I miss there, Scout? I'm trying to keep up with chat. Oh, thank you, Scout. Yeah, I can't wait till the weather is warmer. I might start just doing lives like the Sunday live instead of walking around. I might just sit in the pasture and watch. Ah, Heather, do you have a recipe for that? You know the ones where you put molasses and rolled oats, and of course there's sugar in it. I always called them no-bake cookies, or, hi J&J. I know my friend called them frogs. Scout, this is the first time I've ever bought them treats, because I've been watching a lot of other YouTube channels and everyone has treats for their horses. And I'm like, well, I've never done anything but oats as a treat. And that's what keeps fat on their back in cold winters. But I thought I'm going to go see. And actually the feed store that I went to, they had, I don't know, about 4 or 5 selections, but it was kind of all the same stuff. It was these cookies or these little alfalfa pellets. They almost look like a dog kibble, and they got apple flavor on them. So I think it would be kind of like an apple liquid to flavor them. It didn't even say that it had apple chunks in them. So, Heather, I'm lost in the conversation. I don't know what you mean by I heard that too. But, yes, I am, Johnny. Thank you for coming in. Oh, yeah, and then I took a clip out of my video that I made yesterday where the horses stole the bag and they ripped it apart. I thought it was too funny. It was funny how Rain caught the bag in his mouth and ripped a piece off, had it in his mouth, and he spit it out. Horses are pretty good with sorting things with their mouth. And then I guess the other thing that I had in the... Thank you, Johnny. Oh, now he wants more. Oh. Oh, that is awesome. You know what, Scout? That would be awesome because it would be so much cheaper for me to make snacks than to buy $15 to $20 bags. And I do have an email posted on my About page. If you could do that, that'd be great. So these are the other things that I bought yesterday. These are the apple scent. Let's see. Do you want that? Oh. Ty is the one I made a video of in the summer, feeding him an apple for the first time. So he really takes to these apple scented ones. Well, thank you very much, Scout. Oh, Ty took that one again too. He's the only one that's gonna get them. Here's the thing. My gimbal is only so long, and for me to angle it down on my hand when they're taking is kind of hard. I need to have just cameras all over. Oh, competition for the snack. Uh-oh. Camera's wandering. Okay, sorry about that. I have no idea what happened there. Getting a nice sky view. Maybe I was too close to his head. It made the camera spin around. That's the gimbal that does that. All right. I am going to walk back up to the Colts. My hand is getting cold again. I am hoping the forecast is true because I am looking forward to warmer weather. I'm looking forward. Oh, that's awesome, Scout. I'm looking forward to being able to do stuff. I keep looking around the yard thinking I need to do this, I need to do that. But when it's 20 below, and it's been 20 and 30 below all week with wind chill warning, close to 40. It didn't reach minus 40, but it's just too cold to do stuff outside. And then one thing I noticed from my video yesterday, I'll point it out as I get closer here. So, walking around in the yard, I am kind of lazy today. I didn't want to go snowshoeing. I didn't want to be out in the wind, so point this out here. The maple trees are like weeds around here. Hi, Dilbar. If you notice along the fence, there are these twigs sticking out. Those are all maple trees, and I've cut those trees back several times, and they just grow back. Right here, this is what I noticed. The horses trampled this yard down, so it's easy to walk in, but they didn't trample it around these trees, and look at how much snow I would have had they not walked in the yard. That is probably 2 feet of snow there. So what we're looking at here is compacted 2 feet of snow. Johnny, I bought the DJI OM5, and it is an awesome gimbal. But the thing is, I didn't read the owner's manual. I don't know what to do with it. There's way more capabilities than what I am aware of, and that's just because I'm lazy. I know that you can fix it so it doesn't wander. It does have a selfie stick on it too, so it is probably a little bit longer than a regular gimbal. And it also comes with a small little tripod, so you could set it down on the counter or prop it up on something, and you could film yourself it will follow you as you stand around. Like, say if I was in the kitchen cooking something. So the DJI, see, the 6 wasn't even out when I bought this, so who knows. And if I could turn around my camera, I've got, who is this on my shoulder? Ty is kind of nibbling my hoodie. He's cute. But I think he wants snacks. Yes, the tracking ability. I just don't use the gimbal to its fullest capabilities. But it sure has come in handy doing my my walks. So... But I know I've been daydreaming about putting an overhang in front of the barn so that I don't have the snow hasn't melted off of the roof, but that snow is going to melt and fall off right in front of the door. I also want to use these panels as kind of more permanent fencing rather than a gate because they're so heavy, and I want to buy the ones that would be hinged. Yes, gimbals are awesome. Why did you get a gimbal versus a hand holding it? The steadiness. So that you don't have the shakes of walking around. It can get pretty bumpy. Let me use this as an example. So I'm facing these colts. I'm going to turn 45 degrees to my horse. Well, I've got one in front of me. But if I go like this, the gimbal slows it down. Yes, that's the word, stabilizes it. Hi, Jerry. So you don't get, well, I could make you guys dizzy if I sat here and spun around in a circle. But I mean, it pans to the side and it's just a smoother video. And I notice it when I watch back my videos of me walking around versus, you know, I was watching somebody walk in a city and I was getting pretty dizzy watching it. I don't want people to be turned off of my videos because of that. If they don't like the content, that's one thing, but I don't want them leaving because the video was making them sick. Hi, Dave. Jen, you should type it in. If you said you found an off-brand, do you have the name? Yeah, I'm too old for like the newer edits that the young guys do, like the 20-year-olds, where they'll be talking about something and then they'll put their favorite movie in it or somebody making a reaction and they edit it and it looks all nice. They're just too fast moving for me. I don't know. I'm older in my mind than I actually am, maybe. I don't know. Let's see how long before these guys stand up. Christy, gonna come for a cookie? I'm starting to wonder if that is a dirt mark on my horse's face. Oh, he wants to roll. Hi, Bearded Eagle. So this is now Rip. Oh, that's a nice shot. That might be my thumbnail after. And thanks to Just Rambling Around for suggesting that I name my horses after the characters from Yellowstone. I thought it was a great idea. And like I said in my video yesterday, this guy's grandfather was Trip, and he was a dun, and that is where this guy gets his coloring from, because it was given to his mother, and his mother passed it on to him. And if you drop the T, you get the name Rip. Hi, Drew. Thanks for coming in. Well, this guy took to his cookies pretty well. I should do a horse ASMR where they're just crunching on their cookies. Maybe I can clip that. Maybe that was long enough. And so this guy, what Just Rambling Around had said was to name Rip and Dutton. And I'm repeating myself from the video I made yesterday. I couldn't imagine saying Dutton. So then I looked up the first names of the brothers. And Casey was the one that I liked. So I decided to name him Casey. Oh, hang on, Christy. Oh, Christy's really bad at taking treats because she takes the fingertips in her mouth. Hi, Crossover. And Christy's not... She's not dumb. She knows that I've got the other ones in my pocket. Let's see if he'll take some of these smaller ones. Hi, Quint. Which one is Teeter? Oh, Christy's being a little piggy right now. And I don't want to give her too many treats because donkeys aren't supposed to have rich foods. I don't think Rip is going to get any of the treats because Christy's right there to take them. Hi, Judge. Ooh. He's starting to nip back. Christy's been bossing them around lately. Oh. Hi, Elle. Yeah, I've got to get some cute shots of the animals. I posted the short of Rain and Ty ripping apart the snack bag. And I ended up with 4 new people climbing aboard. Okay, time for Christy's cookie. So that's the one thing about this gimbal is the tracking. That's why the camera starts spinning and going funny. Hi, Simon. Because the animals are moving so fast around me, the camera's trying to keep track of the moving object. And then it becomes too much. And it just goes funny. So I don't think Casey has had a cookie because he's still looking at it like I don't know what this is. Oh, you know what? I think I paid... Christy, stop. I paid $150 for my gimbal, but you got to think that is Canadian money. And if you did the conversion, you're paying just over $100 for the gimbal. But how long have I had this? I'm going to guess at least 3/4 of the year. Well, Rip is going to get the cookie because Casey doesn't want it. What equipment? You mean the gimbal? Are you talking to me or somebody in chat? He just doesn't want the treats. But he's also the shy one in the group. Not the shy. The most docile is what I should say, because I can walk up to him and put a halter on him already. This one is not shy at all. She's always in my face. All right, I gotta stop at the treats to warm my hand up. Hi, Joram. I could try to make a video on it. Hi, John. I never thought of that. Yes, Jen, they are awesome. The only thing about her is I need to get better fences up. My dad actually bought do you call them a jack? The male donkey. And we actually got a baby that we called Baby. Who did I miss? Oh, hi, Terry. So it was a couple years already. She got pneumonia and died. She was out at my dad's. And the reason my donkey was out there is because she can go through any fence. She goes through it just like a human. She sticks her head through and then one leg over, she pushes the fence down. I'm talking barbed wire fence. And she'll just slink through. So I need to get better fencing up, perimeter fencing. I need to do that as well because of my dogs. So that is my project this summer. And I don't know what you meant by that, Jerry. She's pushing me around too. I have these conversations, I get pushed around by the horses and I forget what I was saying. Yeah, I need to change the fencing from barbed wire, which I hate anyway, because the horses fool around and end up getting cut, to I'm gonna do railing. I don't know if you look in the distance, the green treated, things have gotten so expensive. I don't know if I'm gonna do round rails. I may do planks if I find it's cheaper. But the perimeter fencing is what's going to be the most important. I have not had more than one dog out, besides Bo. Bo is always with me. I don't have to worry about him. But I've only had one dog out for, it's been a month already since they were in trouble. So I'd like to have at least 2 dogs out at once so that we can run the property. They don't get much exercise like they used to, but it's okay because it's so cold right now. So I've thrown out the idea of getting a kitchen sink. That is not important to me anymore. And every spare dollar is going to go towards a fence this summer. So I don't know what my content's going to look like, but I know there's going to be a lot of fencing videos. I'm trying to give Rip some treats, but Christy keeps stealing them out of my hand. I'm going to be in the middle of a fight soon. Christy. Hey. Oh, and I got my shadow on her. You try to back up to get a good shot of her, and it just doesn't work. She's just crunching away. I need a donkey cam. Strap it to her head. I'll see what the view is from there. Yeah, and her face will change quite a bit in the summer. She'll lose all of that hair that she's got. She's so furry right now. See, she's moving around too fast, and she made my camera do funny things. I can feel the wind kind of come through this area. It's probably the most, well, Christy, if I'm late to do my evening chores, that's when they get some oats. She'll be braying or whatever you call it because I'm late. What was I saying? It is the most sheltered up here by the barn, but the wind, you can feel a little bit coming through. So I think I made a wise decision on staying in the yard today. And it's so cool to see this guy approach me like this because He's warming up. Oh yeah, my dogs will make a lot of noise. My dogs also have many different barks and howls. I always can tell when they have something treed because it sounds a lot different. Ooh. Christy always overreacts. She makes me. If you see the camera jump, it'll be because she did something funny. Scout, I'm not even going anywhere right now. Yeah, this place is probably, it was probably unattractive to farmers because it is not completely flat. I do have hills and I have a ravine in the back. There is quite a bit of poison ivy, but I was thinking I'm probably going to work on spraying it a bit this year. Like, I'm usually against chemicals, but I think I need to do something because it's getting more and more. So the fact that it's not attractive to farmers was perfect for me. The only thing about this place is it's very sandy. I do live near what you would consider the desert of Manitoba. There are cactus. It's not like if you're in Texas or Arizona where you see those tall ones, but we have little miniature ones that grow out there. So my land is very sandy. Terry, I did have goats and I ended up selling them. It was my son's project and we used to sell the babies. And my memory of the buck was, I feel bad that I sold them, but then I got to remember how angry I got when they would jump on the vehicles or get out and eat all my flowers. You have to have really good fencing. And it's also, if I were to pen the goats and have good fencing, the same reason this land isn't great for horses is that it is so sandy, and that if you have too many or you keep them in one spot too long, they'll overgraze and the whole thing dies out. Yeah, Scout, I'm gonna try there's a broadleaf spray that won't kill the grass because I used it on my garden one year by mistake and all the weeds died, but then the grass grew because it doesn't kill grass, it just kills broadleaves. So, but anyway, I don't have the problems with horses' hooves. They don't stand in muck because the land drains very well. So I don't have those kinds of issues. The only issue I have is that the grass might disappear. But if I can get, hi Sheena and hi Jamie, if I can get all of my land fenced in, it could be a little bit better. They would definitely have more grass to graze. But when the summer heat hits, we even have tumbleweeds out here. When it gets dry, it looks like a film in Arizona with the tumbleweeds blowing across the yard. But I'm in a place where I can get the hay for them, and that is why that's the goal. Get the perimeter fencing up, get my stud and mares back, get everything fenced so that the geldings are separate and far away from the stud and the mares. Hi, David. Hi, Sheena times 2. This is awesome. Oh, I don't want to get bit though. He's like testing out my leg, checking my boot out. I'll have to check that out, see if we have that around here. There is so many things that I want to do. I don't know what to do about this shelter. The OSB has been pushed out because it was put on the wrong side, so it's understandable that it was pushed out. But I was wondering if I should build this up or maybe I should just tear it down. This shelter was built for the goats, but this is another job. I should finish that thought. The shelter was built for the goats, and so it is shorter, but it would fit the colts in there. So for the horses, I would need a taller shelter, and that's why I'm debating. Do I leave this here or do I tear it out? If I tore it out, I could also expand the corral into the bush more if I were to start taking down some of the dead trees. The big cottonwood tree is behind here. That would be cool to have a corral with that in it. Yeah, the structure's sound. It's made with treated posts and 4x4 rails on the top. And the tin is good. I could always reuse all of that material. So I don't know what I'm gonna do with that. But I also noticed that this branch is way too big. And I'm pretty sure this is another one of those maple trees. This whole branch needs to be cut down. And I only noticed this the other day. Of course, I'm standing on 2 feet of compacted snow, but the reason this is broken down, I can touch this. This is below my head level. This is a dead branch too, but the horses have been chewing on this. It's in the way. Hi, Nina. And hi, Cobalt. So, not only do the maples need to come out on the fence line, this whole branch could be cut off. I don't need to cut down the whole tree, but look at how this thing sprouts up. So it's dead and dying over here, and then look at all these branches that are sprouting up along it. It's like the tree that never dies. It just keeps sprouting more branches. I think this guy wants more cookies, but I only brought out 1 cookie per horse, and he won't take the little alfalfa kibble. Oh, David, I'm just gonna cut that whole branch off. There are, how many? There are 5 trunks on this tree. So if I cut that one off on the other side of the fence, the tree's not gonna die. It's just gonna shoot out more. But I need to get this out, because if a horse was fooling around and was pushed into this, that wouldn't be good. Okay, there is no shade cast by this tree because this is on the north side of the pen. I'm gonna pan to the side all the way around. The shade comes from all of those trees. I'm just thinking, there is no shade here in this corral except for if you were in the shelter. These colts will not be here all summer long because this is just a tiny area. They're gonna be put out in one of the grass pastures, and there's other trees that would cause shade out there. But look at Bo. Bo got tired of sitting on the snow, so he jumped on the bale. But yeah, these colts will stay in this corral until I get them cut, and then I'm going to put them out into a bigger pasture. Eventually, they will be with all the other geldings, but they're too young right now. they would get bullied, and more than likely they would get hurt, because the adult horses are twice as big as these guys. So I was saying before, and I got sidetracked, I'm almost wondering if, like, I keep saying that's a dirt mark on the horse's face. I'm wondering if it's gonna be a different color, like a birthmark on his face. I was gonna Google that. I don't know if I've ever seen a horse like that, to see if they would have a brown patch in the middle of Palomino. But I know that Ty is a bay, and he has white markings on his forehead. But if you look on his back, he has this one white spot, which I've never seen that before, but who knows? I don't know why he would get it like that. But his mother, let's see, Ty's mother is the same as Rip's mother. Same horse. And her mother is Rain's mom. So, what would you call that, an uncle? Yeah, see, Heather, I'm not going to find out until warmer weather, because I'm not going to see the hair shed, and I wouldn't wash a horse in the middle of winter. Just enjoying the sun. I'd imagine this would be warm. I used to do that as a kid. I used to, like, my parents are still on the farm that I grew up on. And the shelter had a rail around it, so only the calves could creep into it. And I used to sit there in the straw and pet the calves that approached. Yes, I'm hoping March could be a normal month and start warming up. The year I bought my car, 2014, the snow was all gone at the beginning of March, and then we had a bit of a snowstorm. But spring came early that year. Well, I don't expect the snow to be gone. It would be nice if it just warmed up. Not sure what she's sensing. She's barking at something. And I need to figure out how I'm going to change this fence line. I never did like all of this, because I never dug the post deep enough. It does look like the bottom rail is sitting on the snow, but when that snow melts, it is 1.5 feet off the ground at least. Hi, Michael. Tacos sounds good. I haven't had breakfast yet, but after this live, I am going to make a big breakfast. I got jealous. I saw Sheena in other lives, and she said she was eating breakfast. So, but that's all I can do, is think about what I want to do once the weather gets nicer. But boy, when it gets nicer, the work is going to start. Oh, Christy is scary when she eats. I give her the stuff with a flat hand, because that's how you feed horses. And she goes right to the fingers and puts them in her mouth. She's so funny, though. But I have no doubt that she would crunch down on my fingers. You're the only one that likes these. I'll have to make different cookies. Hi, Lagari, if I'm saying that correctly. Oh, that'll be another thing. I don't know if you can hear my roosters crowing. There's so many of them. I'm looking forward to being able to let them out, because they're cooped up They're doing well. All the chickens are laying eggs. But can you imagine being stuck in a coop all winter? You're getting fed and there is a light for warmth, but still, let them get out and stretch out, get the ducks their little pond going again. Hi, Bat. Try and sit with Bo. Hey. Bo's getting older. I think he's 11 or 12 already. 2011, so he'd have to be... Oh, I got an itchy spot. He'd be 12. Yeah, that's just a standard donkey that I have. Somebody said, why is it so small? Well, it's not a mammoth. Not somebody from YouTube. It was actually one of my students saw it and said, German short-haired pointer, he's crossed because his father, we're talking about the dog, his father was I'm not pronouncing it right, a King Charles Spaniel or something like that. It's either Prince or King Charles Spaniel. But he looks like his mom, so he looks like the German short-haired. Back to the donkey. She is a standard. She's not mammoth and she's not mini. Hi, Neil. Yep. And I can't get a better shot because these guys walked right up to me again. Yes, the sun is out. It's going to warm up. I was almost thinking, I don't do the Monday lives, although I guess I should because Randy wants to do more horse racing. But where's Jack? They went back out to their food because I'm with the colts and they knew they weren't going to get fed anymore, so they went back to their bale. I'm wondering if I have maybe an hour when I get home. Do some mid-week lives when I get home from work because the daylight is getting longer. If I get home, I am usually home by 5 o'clock every day. Well, I don't buy and sell horses. That was my goal maybe a dozen years ago, but I realized quickly that there wasn't enough grass on this property. The reason I'm keeping these colts, I just let my dad sell the colts every year when he took all my horses because he was helping out with the grass situation. But the reason I kept these ones this year is I'm looking future-wise. They are my replacements for Jack because Jack will not be ridden forever. He's, 14 now? And so I'm hoping one of these guys pans out, and if both of them pan out, then I will have 2 riding horses. And for my mares and my stud, I will keep those horses until they pass away. I'm not looking to expand. I'm not looking to make a business out of buying and selling horses. But the colts that they do have, I am going to do my best to have them trained so that they're not sold for meat, because that's what they do in Canada. And if I took my horses to sale and there's always a meat buyer at the sales, if that's what am I trying to say here? You put a reserve on them, or the owner has the last bid on a horse. So if I knew that they were being sold for meat, I would pass them out, is what you call it. Or I would say there's a reserve. You just tell the auctioneer how much you want for the horse, and a meat buyer is not going to pay that price. they're not going to pay a lot. So, all right. Thanks, Jen, for coming in. How many? I have 80 acres here. And the mares that I have are at my dad's. I have 4. I used to have 6, but we sold 2. That was years ago. Yeah, David, they're not going to pay a lot when they know it's going to slaughter. But yeah, it's not going to happen. I'll just keep my horse until it's very well trained and there is a buyer for it. That's just a decision that I want to do. I don't know. I don't spend my money on anything but my horses and my dogs, so I can do it. Ooh, did I catch that on camera? Rip is getting a little bit nippy. He was nipping at my mitts. He seems to be bothering Christy a bit. Bo's just protecting his bed there. I don't know if I finished that thought, but... And last time I did a live, I thought, yeah, go over that 1 hour. And I went to 61 minutes. And there was one point, or after the video uploaded to YouTube, they took a minute away. And I'm thinking, why would they do that? But I think my camera went down for a minute. And like YouTube automatically edits. I am a teacher. That is what is financing my hobby of having all the horses. So before I retire, I've already planned it out in my head. I want to build a, yes, I do my own training. Nothing special. I can ride my horse. He doesn't do anything fancy. Lagari, that's what I'm saying. I'm a teacher. Like a school teacher. Yes, Heather, definitely. Well, and this coming week, the horses should be acting up because the weather is changing. I have a 12-box stall barn planned out in my head with a center aisle that is probably 16 feet wide. I'm thinking 16 because then I could drive a tractor right through the whole barn. But then I would have one of those box stalls as a tack room and one as a feed room. Oh, cool, Lagari. But yeah, that is what finances everything that I do. What is the, I missed, what is special gift? Well, he sure is curious. As soon as it's warm enough, I'm going to start bringing him in the barn every day again. Because I'm kind of waiting to clean out that barn. I've got the shavings all ready to go. I love his coloring too. He's got 2 different colors in his mane. I don't know if that's going to stay or not. But I love that. So there's that mark. It'd be kind of cool if it was. I don't know if I can. No, he's not going to let me touch it. I can pet him, but I can't really reach that mark. Christy keeps trying to eat the gimbal rod. Oh, Scout. You know, anything I do with my horses, I've learnt from watching Clinton Anderson, and I'm nowhere near what he is, but the guy has some good techniques. And I just go at my own pace. And I also had a great horse to learn how to train from, because Jack is the sweetest horse ever. And if I ever made a mistake, he would just stare at me like, "What are you doing?" So, no, these are not racehorses. This is just, what would you call it, pleasure? No, I am nowhere near a rich horse owner that partakes in that kind of stuff. You have to have money for that. Have the bloodlines, the travel to partake in it. Yes, Scout. Yeah, I do know of girls that would dye their hair the two-tone like that. I don't know if I would want to. I enjoy watching the horse races. I don't know if I would enjoy that. If I could have done anything in my lifetime, it would have been barrels rodeo, because I did do that as a kid. I actually did have a Palomino, but I mean, I didn't know much back then. I sat on the horse and the horse knew the barrels. I was just there for the ride. Yeah, just pleasure riding, trail riding. And honestly, I've been here, this is going to be my 17th year on the farm, and 17 years later, or 16, because I bought it last summer. Hi, Larks. I just got myself my own trailer. So any of the hauling back and forth, with my dad helping me out with the horses, he's always brought his trailer and did the work. Well, now I finally have my own, and it has a tack room on it. So now I've opened up my own possibilities. So the only thing is going to restrict me is, I guess, time management and having the gas to put in. Because I was thinking I could take Jack on trail rides in other places now. Canada, Ligari. I am in Manitoba, which is basically the middle of Canada. So it's taken a while to get that trailer, and it's not paid for, it's on payments. Hi, Julie. Thank you for coming in. Yes, I'm jealous. Probably sunshine and just beautiful there. So I'm making payments on the trailer, but it'll give me... Well, they're furry too right now. Like, this guy has got such thick fur. I don't know, did I finish that thought? The trailer is going to give me independence. I can do things that I wasn't able to do before. Scout, yes, in the summer, not right now. So, and that's what I was thinking. I think I said it before. It would be nice to just sit in the pasture and watch the horses in the summer. Tide just came up. Not sure why. Maybe for water. And Christy's still nibbling on me here. Thank you, Julie. Yes. So when I started teaching, of course I had young kids and it was just me. I moved wherever I could find that job. But I always knew that one day I wanted to find a place. And when I finally got a permanent job and started looking around for a place, I didn't know that I could own this, because to buy farmland, it's usually because you're going to be a farmer and you have a business plan. And I lucked out. I think I was looking at places that had 5 acres, 20 acres. And the person I had as a realtor went on vacation, and she left me a name of her coworker, but her coworker never replied to me. So I looked up the guy that had listed this property, and I went straight to him and I said, my realtor is on vacation. I want you to show me the place. And he said, well, her loss. I loved it. The trailer was run down. That wasn't important to me. And Lagari, I don't have a husband. It's all just me. It was walking out to the back to see the cottonwood tree and know that there was pasture there. Because my whole plan and goal was to have horses. Of course, you know, the home and taking care of the kids was important, but I also want to raise my kids out in the country, because I grew up that way, and my opinion is that it's better to have kids in the country. And I'm sure people could argue there's great city people. Because I had the experience, I wanted my kids to have it. Bo's protecting his space. So, I got lucky. Hi, Jonesy. Yeah, I changed my live time. Instead of going on at 12:30, I go on at 11 a.m. now, which gives me time to finish and then jump over to, what's his name? Gary, Belt Loop. Although he was having tooth pain and I didn't see him live yesterday. So, hi, Henry. So I'm not sure if he started or not, if he's on doing his shout outs, but I noticed that I hit the 62 minute mark, which, yeah, Julie, but there's always, you never know. I'll never say never, but you always got to worry about liability. You know, if I get hurt, that's on me. But if somebody strange comes onto my property and they get hurt, then you have to have insurance for that, and people get angry and they want to sue you for money, and I don't know. I'd have to have a better setup here too, because right now my barn is not big enough. I want to work towards getting a barn and getting my mares back, fencing off my whole property. Those are my immediate plans. So we'll see what the future holds. I know as soon as the snow melts, though, I got to start trimming those trees because they're growing in. But I am going to end it here and say thank you to everyone for coming in and joining me. There was no walk today, just chit-chat in the yard. And we'll see. I've had people say, let's do the horse races in the evening. I may do that. I'm still sitting on a pile of stickers. Sheena, I've been procrastinating. I still have to order your sticker. Haven't done that yet. But I plan on sending you the one from, what do you call it? From spring, the original big one. And I plan on sending you one of the ones that I have made and I have at my place. And if the weather gets warmer, I may start doing an evening live more often, just because I am working on those hours. I'm almost at 2,400. And I was gonna say, and I guess this would apply to people like Sheena, if you watched my video once, thank you. You don't have to run playlists. I do not think it works anymore, because I've heard of people losing hours. I've gained some hours because people have said, yeah, I watched your playlist, but it's the first time they watched it. So thank you for watching my stuff. But do not feel like you have to run a playlist. I do not think it works if you do it more than once, even if you delete your history. Because I have not noticed the hours going up. But anyway, that's my reasoning. I was thinking when the weather gets nicer, maybe I will start doing my lives more often if it's just sitting watching the horses and having a chit chat with you guys. But I also want to get the regular content going too. But definitely have some grooming videos. Get this guy all cleaned up when the weather gets warmer. So thank you for coming in, and we will see you maybe later in somebody else's live. If not, I'll see you on my next live. Thanks again. Jonesy, like 1,600. A lot. Okay, we'll see you guys. If I can get this to end.